Good evening, everyone. Welcome you all for today's training program on cultivation of aromatic crops, extraction and marketing of essential oils. And introduce myself as Ravi Teja Leburi, Managing Director of Sriv. We are officially technology partners of Ministry of Rural Development, Government of India. Coming to promoters in this firm, all the promoters in this company are agriculture graduates. We have over a decade of experience in different verticals of agribusiness industry with a mix of domestic and international. We are into aromatic crops cultivation, extraction, and of essential oils from last 9 years. All our services have been acknowledged by Ministry of Agriculture, Farmers Welfare, and also Ministry of Rural Development, Government of India. We are in this industry from end to end, right from capacity building, cultivation, extraction, marketing, branding. Coming to Sriv, as I said before, we are into cultivation of aromatic crops from last 9 years. Currently, we are growing lemongrass, Amarosa, Citronella, Vetiver, Davana, Citrodora, Rosemary, and Sandalwood. We have done research and development in our own farms by experimenting on the crops under different circumstances like climatic conditions, irrigation system, and we have found out in our own research that how these crops are tolerant for drought, how these are reacting to excessive irrigation or low irrigation, and we identified a couple of rain-fed aromatic crops cultivation also, which are perennial in nature. So all this, out of all our R&D, we have found out, we got out with a couple of good business models which are useful for from small to like big scale agripreneur or entrepreneur. We are exposed to lower domestic and international essential oil market. And we have also received Best Startup Award from Ministry of Rural Development in year 2018 regards to promotion of aromatic crops cultivation and extraction, which is really targeting the small and medium scale farmer. We have an MOU with currently with National Institute of Rural Development, Panchayat Raj, Ministry of Rural Development, Government of India. So as I said, we have a MOU with NIRDPR. Our role as a technology partner is we take care of entrepreneur or farmer or SHG or FPO, whatever it is, right from capacity building, supply of input, transfer of technology, helping them with marketing, and also in the last resort, we also get back into a buyback agreement with a concerned party, whether it is a farmer or entrepreneur or a SHG or FPO. So thus we never leave any entrepreneur or farmer in the middle. So our support will be there from right from A to Z in this area of operations. So now there will be, you may ask him, like, what are the benefits of aromatic crops when compared to traditional crops? Why governments are pushing entrepreneurs or farmers or SHGs to venture into alternate crops so that they will earn good, and what are the specific conditions benefiting aromatic crops in this case? Most of the crops are perennial in nature. There's also most being a perennial, this also encourage a single tillage concept, which is also Government of India is now promoting the natural farming concept across India to take it and to bring it out another green revolution in India. And this, as being a natural farming contributor, you can also go with intercropping with any other crops, which will promote and which will repel the pests and insects when you get along with aromatic crops. This also being a perennial crops, most of them. I will also differentiate in the next following slides, which are not perennial in nature. But mostly all these perennial crops which we are promoting, we'll be seeing in the following slides, saves money. It's a one-time investment, one-time sowing, and one-time hardship of getting all the excessive labor and everything. So it saves money, investment, and labor. Gives farmer time to concentrate on other aspects of cultivation when it is perennial in nature, which means like initially after 3 months you will be getting a harvest. So after that, every 2 months you will be getting harvest. So he can can get better month after month, and you can specialize in the respective crop, and which crop gives a farmer enough time, breathing space, so that he can concentrate on that and try to extract maximum returns from the crop. Income generation cycle is once in 70 days. As I said, for every 60 to 50 to 70 days is a cycle. Depends on the concentration and land and so water availability in the respective areas. Harvesting can be both mechanical as well as manual. Manual in case of small landholder, land parcels. There are also mechanical harvesting methods which are useful for large scale land parcels, anywhere from 15 to 100, 200, 300, whatever it is. Most of the crops are drought tolerant. As I said in the earlier slide, we have done a couple of R&Ds on our own farm. We have seen that there are a couple of varieties of aromatic crops which are tolerant to droughts, and they can be alive. They can stand in the farm without water for 4 to 5 months. That means it is an indication that these crops can be taken up as rain-fed farming cultivation also in the tribal areas, rural areas where water is a big, where you have only source of irrigation is rainfall. Requires less water compared to other crops. When compared to cotton, pigeon pea, or groundnut, or etc., you only need like 30 to 40 or 50% of water what you use for those crops. And crops can be, there is no requirement or mandatory thing that you need to have a fertile soil to grow these aromatic crops. So these can be grown in any type of soil. That is the beauty of aromatic crops. So this is a pictorial, from pictorial time frame of cultivation, different stages of cultivation of aromatic crops. You can see from left to right in the screen. When you initially saw the first, second, third is a good amount of, and you can see that at least 1 to 2 feet of height. From the last picture, you see the Palmarosa, which is ready for harvesting. Now we have learned about why aromatic crops and why alternative crops and what are the benefits of aromatic crops when compared to traditional crops. Now, so after cultivation of aromatic crops, what is that you're going to get? You're going to get essential oils out of aromatic crops. So why essential oils? Do you think that there's you may ask me a question that when compared to all traditional crops, which are, we have a 1.4 billion of population, edible, most of them are edible in nature. So the demand is high. So that always goes out in the market. But what in case of aromatic crops? So now I will take you through the small points so that you can understand what the end product, that is essential oil extracted out of aromatic crops, can be used and is currently being used, and what we are using now. Why essential oils? So traditionally and spiritually, they have a special place in our lives. When you get into puja rooms, irrespective of religion, we all lit a agarbatti, or we are lit some sort of aroma incense or something, which is definitely made out of these essential oils. And in respect of any religion, you use whatever in that main temples or churches, or even in the masjid, all these are aromatic incense, aromatic extraction, aromatic infused traditions. And knowingly, unknowingly, they're part of our day-to-day life. Even not, it's coming from last 2000, 3000 years before. So for example, to take you through the daily and easy understanding of that, starting from toothpaste, soap, shampoo, moisturizer, cream, perfume, you name it, all high-grade cosmetics, even in aromatherapy, even in medicines, Ayurveda, even in homeopathy. These are, very few to mention, but you can see without essential oil usage, a person cannot get out, or is unable to, make his living, day-to-day living in current days. So this is the impact and usage of essential oils in our day-to-day life. So nowadays, the spending capacity of Indian population is going up, and then middle class is going up, and family size is coming down. So the demand is, we are opting for the most best one in the market. Everyone wants a natural, organic, and everyone wants pure. In the sense, if you want to have anything natural in the cosmetics, anything natural in the food, or anything natural in the flavor, in anything natural in something which we eat, which we apply, cosmetic or something, anything which is not harmful to the body is something that which requires essential oil in it. So that is the amount of essential oil requirement in the market. Now you can only imagine by yourself that what amount of aromatic crops cultivation is required in the country to satisfy our demand, our current usage, and our coming future usage when the population keep on increases, our demands, our status, our spending capacity increases. So that is the beauty. This is the biggest market which is slowly coming into the light. So now you can see on the screen, we have our own brand. As I said in the beginning, we are from end to end. We are also into retail marketing of essential oils. Lesper is after Lesperanzo. So you can see on the screen what are the uses of essential oils, as I said in my past slide, like in acne pimples, pigmentation, black marks, brightness and young looking, blackish cycles, anti-aging. What I'm saying here is a few things, and like this, not everything can be mentioned on the brochures or something. Just for an understanding, I'm taking through these things. So regarding hair fall, we have like hair fall, like rosemary. See, now you are seeing in the ads like, after COVID, excessive use, like to differentiate and to penetrate into the market. Big brands are coming up with the rosemary and etc. etc. So generally, aromatic crops and essential oils do have the great potential and healing capacity, which can treat everything in a human being, like human this one. Like for hair regeneration, we have for cold and flu, migraine, sinus, body pains, knee pains, back pains, like your carrier oils, like your natural moisturizer, rather than going for like cosmetic moisturizers, which have more like chemicals. We have like coconut oil is a general known moisturizer, but nowadays, being in our routine life, we are not able to use that sort of greasy coconut oil on our body. But generally, we have extreme premium carrier oils also extracted from these aromatic crops. So these are just an examples of how essential oils can cater a human requirement in a day-to-day life. Coming into insights and economics of cultivation and extraction of essential oils. So coming cultivation aspects for lemongrass. Now I'm going to take you through the perennial crops which can be grown anywhere, which requires and which satisfies all the conditions which I've said in the beginning. So cultivation of lemongrass. Lemongrass is very well known aromatic crop for most of you. Maybe it is all used in like, hand sanitizers, soaps, basically like any in pharma industries. It's a very widely used essential oil among the aromatic crop essential oils. They're very reasonably available essential oil in the market. So for that, for 1 acre of cultivation, you need 25,000 slips. The suggested spacing between will be anywhere between 2 by 2 by 1.5 by 1.5. Like, 1.5 by 1.5 in the sense, like, if you're leasing the land, the spacing can be reduced to 1.5 by 1 or 5.5, whatever it is. Farmyard manure, if you're going to take it up as a natural farming thing, you can go for 1, 2, 3 tons or as per your requirement and soil situation. So first crop in this case of lemongrass will be after 3.5 months. So number of harvests in a year, in the first year, it will be like, after 3.5, 4 months, it is like, another 5 harvests. Overall, it will be 4 harvests in first year. From then on, from second harvesting, it will be like every 60 to 70 days a harvest. So from second year onwards, you will be getting 5 harvests. So in the case of Palmarosa, here we'll be showing this with in terms of seed not using slips. So the spacing is same like 2 by 2 or 1.5 or 1.5 feet. 10 kg of seed is required per acre. Suggested spacing in case of leased lands is 1.5 by 0.5 or 1.5 by 1 feet. First crop in this case will be anywhere after 2.5 to 3 months. So from second crop, you can get the beauty of Palmarosa is you can get it after 50 days. If you irrigate it properly and you have a proper source and proper maintenance from after first harvest, after every 50 days, you can get a harvest, and that will be a revenue generation cycle for farmers. So overall, in a year, it will be like 6 harvests in a year. Cultivation aspects of citronella. Citronella is also like a sister crop of lemongrass. Citronella, I think you already know what it is used for. Nowadays, citronella is used in odomas like, mosquito repellents, pest repellents. Lemongrass is also used as a repellent, and so you can use it as a floor cleaner. So citronella, this is a bit sensitive when compared to lemongrass, but mostly tolerable. I mean, like it requires a bit cool, chilly climate, not so chilly, but a bit lower temperatures will be suitable for citronella. But definitely, all other things will be applicable to citronella as similar to lemongrass. So the lemongrass for citronella, it is like 25,000 slips per acre. Suggested spacing is same like 2 by 2 or 1.5 by 1.5. Farmyard manure is again natural farming or whatever the farming, like traditional farming or current cultivation practices. It's up to you to go for farmyard manure or not. Suggested spacing in case of a leased land, it will be like 1.5 by 0.5 or 1.5 by 1.5. So first crop anywhere will be 3.5 to 4 months. As I said, first year it will be like anywhere between 4 harvests. From second year onwards, we'll be having 5 harvests. In terms of aromatic crops, what happens? I'm like first 1, 2, 3, 4 cuttings. Harvest will be a bit on lower side because the single sapling or small seed will be trying to grow big. As the cuttings increases, the base also, the number of this also enflorage also grows. Thus, the yield will be increasing and revenue generation will be higher as cuttings grows. Just in the case of first year. After that, from second year onward, it is all the same case. So these are the picks of different like lemongrass, palmarosa, citronella from the different stages. As I said in the beginning, the benefits of aromatic crops when compared to traditional crops. We don't need any fertile land or any specific land. These can be grown in any type of soil, sandy loam, black, red, combination, barren, even the soils which has like small stones or rough, and even whatever sort of aromatic crops can replenish the soil, which is like, unfit for cultivation of any other crops. So soil reclamation can also be done through aromatic crops, example like vetiver cultivation. So only thing you need to have is a good drainage in whatever the soil you are taking up, and when you're willing to venture into aromatic crops. The only thing which will not support aromatic crops is excessive, dark black cotton soils, which will hold water for more than 10 to 15 days. Like 10 days, you can take it at 10 days. Anything more than 10 days of water holding capacity of soil will will be like, eating, rotting out the root of the aromatic crops, which I've said. Other than that, there is no pest problem. There is no need of fertilizers. A basic, natural farming or any other first dose of something will help that crop to come up very frequently, very rigorously. So that is the beauty of this aromatic crops. Irrigation, as I said, when we are sowing in an initial stage, it will be in the rainy season, whether you are taking up in a rain-fed manner or you are taking up as an irrigation thing. So if at all, in any case, the rain will be there in the rain-fed time, irrigation-wise. Irrigation can be done by a sprinkler, rain gun, sorry, drip irrigation, whatever it is, anything is suitable, but different. I'm like, if you want to have a specific information, like I can suggest you on different crops requires different sort of irrigation, but irrigation there's also same. First week, like, all these crops need like, every day of irrigation for first week as we are sowing the seed or sapling initially into the ground. So second week, like once in a 2 days, third week, once in a 3 days, fourth week, it's once in 4 days. This means that once we have like the crop standing after 1 month, whatever the respective aromatic crops will be standing still in the ground, and it has a capacity now it will not be dying, like in any case with respect to any sort of this one. So afterwards, it can be like 10 days, once in a 10 days, based on your soil capability, based on your type of irrigation. So if at all you are giving like once in 1 week, once in 10 days, or once in 15 days, like flood irrigation or micro irrigation, whatever it is, it depends on like it will be standing there, and based on your type of irrigation and your quantity and number of irrigations, that you will see the yield of the crop. But for the commercial irrigation, definitely you need once water, at least good irrigation, at least for once in 10 days. Or in case in the worst case, once in 15 days is very much required to commercially get good amount of revenue from the aromatic crops cultivation. So this is a picture of rain irrigation through rain guns. If at all in the case of large land parcel, rain guns are very useful. Coming to harvesting, as I said, in case of small land parcels, harvesting cannot be mechanized, keeping in view of the expenses and the cost of machinery. So generally, what the current methods are manual harvesting using the farm labor. This also varies based on the crop to crop. So in case of mechanical harvesting, couple of aromatic crops can be harvested through paddy reaper. And the crop you can see in the picture, this is one of Pharmarosa is one of the aromatic crop, and we are harvesting from with the help of paddy reaper. So this can harvest like 1.5 hour. You can harvest an acre of land parcel easily. Coming to overview of aromatic crops cultivation and extraction, we have, as I said in the starting first 1-2 slides, out of our research and development, we have come out with a couple of business models suitable for different audiences. So now I will take you through 4 business models which are available with us, which will suit for varied audiences. So model number 1. This is for 2 to 3 acres, like small scale farmer who has extreme interest into venturing into this aromatic crops cultivation. So as I told before, the cultivation of aromatic crops is one concept, and after that, aromatic crops should be harvested and extraction of oil should be taken place in the ground. Okay, this machinery doesn't need any sort of irrigation. It only requires a water connection, which the overhead tank is required, which every farm has a water connection. In case of a rain-fed farmer, he should be making any arrangement to have a water tank, overhead water tank requirement to run this machine. Other than that, a woman, I will be seeing the next picture, if a single woman can easily operate a distillation unit for a small scale model. For that model, the capital investment is 1.55 lakh. So installation and civil works will cost you 25,000. Total investment will be 1.8 lakh. This is for the small unit, which is used for 2 to 3 acres of farm. Now you can see this is the unit which we have in NIRDPR. We do train participants, farmers or entrepreneurs who will want to venture in this. So this is a small, you are seeing a woman operating, single woman can harvest the lemongrass or pomarosa or whatever aromatic crops. She can put it in the drum. She can lit the fire under the boiler and extract the oil in 2 hours. So this single woman can operate this. So this can be best model in the small scale areas where you want to operate. So cultivation figures, I mean, like working capital thing is in this is like for each acre you require a small scale thing. I'm saying like so like 2 acres, 5 acres, like an individual farmer with individual like 2 to 3 acres small land parcels. But the cost of seed will be anywhere 20 to 25,000. Farmyard manure is an optional thing again. It depends on what if the farmer wants or not. So overall working capital requirement is 20 to 25,000 per acre for a small scale setup. For a large scale setup, anything about 3, like 5 or 7 or 15 or 150 till 50 to 70 acres, this model and this model will be suitable. The distillation unit cost you like 9,50,000. Installation plus civil works will cost you 1.5 lakh. Overall, it is like 11 lakhs as a capital investment is required for. It will cater up to 50 to 70 acres on a whole. These are the pics on the screen you are seeing. This is a second level large scale unit, which has a capacity of 1 ton operation. Like in you can extract whatever the oil present in the aromatic crops in each vessel within 1.5 hour of time. So this is the maximum time you need to distill a drum. Okay. So in case of large scale farming, but not everything will be done by a farmer himself in his farm. We will be employing labor. So overall seed, etc., will cost you around between 30 to 35,000 per acre. So as I said in the beginning, we are cultivation benefits of traditional crops. In terms of finance, like investment, what is the benefit of perennial crops and particularly in terms of aromatic crops? You can see in the chart, I'm like in this on the screen. First year, you will be investing maximum of like 35,000 per acre. In case of traditional crops, every 3 months or 4 months, you need to invest like 35,000. At one season, you will be successful, you'll be gaining 20, 25,000 or sometimes 10,000. But in the second case, if at all you fail, again you need to get the money. Now letting or getting money at high rates is a little bit gone case, but still, again you need to accumulate money and get and reinvest in this. But in case of aromatic crops, you've seen like one-time investment, the crop will be there till you what to say, plow it and remove it from wantedly remove the thing from your ground, from your farmland. So that is the benefit. So again, another 7 years, you will not be investing any single rupee in terms of input costs and sowing and etc. etc. So that is the beauty, and this keep on giving you a revenue for every 50 to 70 days. In terms of cultivational numbers for palmer, for lemongrass and citronella, as I said initially, for first 1 year, you will be like as per the increased number of cuttings, one by one of the other cutting, as cuttings increases, your revenue increases. So first year we'll take it as a per acre, you will be getting 80 kgs of oil. 80 kgs, 1,000 rupees is the average price. Whatever the prices or whatever I'm quoting here are optimal. It can be more or it can be little, but 1,000 rupees is the minimum for lemongrass and citronella. So average after you're taking out of your 35,000, whatever 35,000, it is like 45,000 of your revenue in the first year. From second year onwards, you will be having only 10,000 per acre as your expenses for harvesting, for loading, for moving, for extraction of essential oil. In that case, 80. So overall, what we can say is 1 to 7 years, average like 1 to 1.2 is what you can easily earn. 1 lakh to 1.2 lakhs is what you can earn. It's a net profit per acre per year in case of lemongrass and citronella. And when compared to traditional crops, the labor here is very less. You need to only irrigate and harvest. Irrigate and harvest. No need of any pesticide spraying. No need of no point of any grazing of whatever it is. There you don't have any other issues with the crops. In terms of Pomarosa, also, as I said, initially first year it will be on a lower end because of the increase of yield increases as per the cuttings grow. So first year it will be like for 55,000. Second year it will be like higher in like 1.2 to 1.4 is what you can expect per year per acre. This net profit after all your expenses covered. Apart from this perennial thing, we also, as I said, we also support you on other aromatic and plantation crops. First one, as I said, we are also into sandalwood, promotion of sandalwood cultivation and buyback of sandalwood and also extraction of essential oil from sandalwood. So initially sandalwood, we have varieties which are harvested, which can be harvested in 10 to 12 years. Investment is like, 2 crores per acre. Profit will be anywhere between 3 to 3.5 crores per acre after 10 years. Rosemary is also again a perennial crop. Like it's costing you like 2 lakhs per acre, and it will be there for 7 to 10 years. The profit will be 3 to 4 lakhs per acre per year. Davana is also one good crop. It is run for 3 to 3.5 months. The cost of investment is 60 to 70,000. Profit, sometimes if you're lucky, it will be from 3 to 3.5. Max minimum you can get a 2 lakh per acre per year. Not per year, but it's for 3 to 3.5 months. Citrodora, again, it is a perennial crop. It requires 60,000 of your working capital, and the profit is like 1 lakh per acre per year. Agarwood is another good thing, like 8 to 10 years we can harvest. The investment will be a bit higher net, like 3-4 CR per acre. Profit is also equally on higher end, like 15 to 30 CR per acre. So if you're going for sandalwood or if you are going for agarwood, these are them. Like if a farmer is having like large land parcels and you want to venture something like not immediately, but he can wait for 5 to 7 years or 10 years. The sandalwood and agarwood is the best, and we can provide them with all buyback and all initial support till the plant goes to 10 years. Like as I said, cultivation advantage, like in terms of revenue also, you can see like initially first year you have 55,000 is the revenue. But every season, some seasons it will be 15,000 for a farmer in his 3 to 4 months, sometimes 20,000. Overall, you calculate also it is not more than 50 to 60,000. But here what you are getting is 1 lakh 20, 1 lakh 30. These are all optimal numbers for aromatic crops. Whatever I'm giving is optimal numbers. This will be far more than what I said and what we are seeing on the screen. So you can easily compare and see the advantage, like with a less hard work, less tension, less this one, and this you can also take it as a part-time job. This you can also take it as a part-time activity in case of aromatic crops. That is the beauty. So coming to third model, as I said, see, I'm like if at all an entrepreneur can have a capital investment capacity, but he doesn't want to venture into farming, so he can accumulate farmers, or he can tie up with the five SHGs or FPOs and venture into these, and he can offer what to say, he can buy back. Produce like aromatic grass from the farmers and extract in his machinery. So a farmer, if at all is not willing to venture into aromatic extraction of essential oils, he can get an around 48,000 in first year. He can get around 60,000 from the second year. He can get 64, 64, 64. These are all optimal numbers. What I mean, like yield will be better than this. So obviously what I'm saying is anything above from second year onwards, 70 to 80 is what the farmer gets just by selling his produce, growing and harvesting and selling the produce to the person who has a distillation unit. So this is our third model, which can be taken up by FPU, which has farmers who can grow the grass and also purchase this grass from farmers. The fourth model can be an entrepreneur who has like, who's an agriculture graduate or any graduate who has like support or is willing to take any loan from government. He can purchase, he can set up the machinery, whatever I've shown in the earlier slides. And what is the, with the investment of 11 lakhs, he'll be getting like per acre, on each acre, he will be getting like 48,000 of income. Okay. So as this goes, I'm like number of acres, it will be going up. Like, for 20 acres, it will be 9.6. For 30 acres, it will be something. So this is his return on investment. Like after investing 11 lakhs, after expense, it's on par with any software job. And as acreage grows, like 50 to 60, 70 acres, he'll be earning good amount of money, but sitting at one place, not at all with any sort of ups and downs. This is our model course. So any person or any audience can choose from this model. And if at all you have any other things also, we can tailor-made business models or this one for a particular person as per his requirements and availability. Coming to packaging and marketing, oils are generally sold once in a week, because when we are talking about agriculture, this one, so generally farmer or entrepreneur tries to sell oil immediately. If at all you are in a capability or you have a financial support, you can store. And so in that case, storage should be in a cold and dark, cool and dark areas. You should be storing in aluminum containers. The maximum the essential oil stays for 1 to 2 years, but I don't prefer you to keep it that long, but stay a safe game of 3 to 4 months and sell your produce. Marketing, as I said, we can help you in connecting to the stakeholders in this market, in this industry. And we also, in the worst case, we also offer buyback with trained participants through our NARDPR, whatever it is. And that is what we can help you. And we can also get into MOUs. In terms of supporting schemes from Government of India, we have a PMEGP scheme, which is TPC of 25 lakhs, and subsidy of 35% is given. We will tailor-made this project as per the KVIC this one guidelines, and we can help any graduate or anyone who has a contacts or who are willing to take any loan. We can support them, and this can be a major breakthrough for entrepreneur without all investing on this personal money. Another scheme is ACABC scheme from Ministry of Agriculture, where agriculture graduates is entitled for male is entitled for 36%, woman is for 44%. The 26 lakhs, a group can be formed with 5 members and go up to 1 crore. This is also a beautiful scheme which can also help a graduate with self-employment generation. So once again, I'm restating that we assist entrepreneur farmer SHG right from seed to purchase of oils. Great opportunity for small and marginal farmers to come together and take up this venture. Farmers with low fertile lands to take up this increase in standard of living. We support them end to end through this venture and arrange for we purchase agreements also, as I said before. So in case of anyone willing to venture into this area, there's no need and no head turns. We are one-stop solution for all in aromatic crops, cultivation, extraction, marketing, everything. So, so that is what I can say in this regard. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for a wonderful presentation. I will take up the questions now. In the meantime, can you please stop sharing the screen, sir, so that we can see your full video?
Sure, madam.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
The first question is, what are the key factors to consider when selecting the optimal location for cultivating aromatic crops?
This is key factor here. That is the beauty of aromatic crop is except that soil can be any sort of soil can be used, taken up. Okay, except the black cotton soil. That is the only thing. There is no like the key of in the sense. Like only thing which separates this from traditional farming is you need to have your own extraction machinery setup. So progressive farmer or entrepreneur should be mentally prepared for that. Or you should have some other support of SHG or FPO who is ready to have that unit and he can supply that aromatic grass to that unit. That is the only thing. Other than it is a very easy to crop to grow and can be grown anywhere.
Okay. How does soil compensation and climate affect the growth and quality of aromatic crops?
Whatever we have taken through this today's presentation or very generally grown crops, madam. So there are we have rosemary, some like in Davana. Definitely the quality in the sense yield will be low, but not completely dead. So I mean you can grow these crops like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Telangana, and Karnataka climate is different. So you have better chances of having higher yields and higher chemical composition in that oils. But generally these oils are also not downgraded, but you can see still grow here. But in case that exists in a very few aromatic crops which you have taken through today. But most can be grown anywhere. There is no restriction.
Okay. What are the common cultivation techniques used for aromatic crops and how do they vary across different regions?
Sorry, can you come again, madam?
What are the common cultivation techniques used for aromatic crops and how do they vary across different regions?
Cultivation techniques, as I said in the second slide or third slide, this is like one time. What are the most of the crops are perennial in nature. You just need a primary plowing, again the rotation and seedbed making, and again sowing. So these are the common methods used for any other crop. But in case of some micro irrigation or they want to use flood irrigation, they can go with the ridge and furrow method if at all they are going with flood irrigation. If at all they are going with micro irrigation, there is no need of all these things. They can simply go with the spacing as I mentioned in my earlier slides. So ploughing, rotation, and bed making and sowing. That's it.
How can sustainable farming practices be incorporated into the cultivation of aromatic crops?
This itself is a sustainable, madam. The model itself, as I said, we can incorporate natural farming along with aromatic crops so that the farmer can have a beautiful revenue generation model with self-complementing like crops, like aromatic crops, can help in pest repellent and all this stuff. So naturally, aromatics are sustainable. They're very much this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the main pests and diseases that affect aromatic crops and what are some effective methods for pest and disease management?
As I said, for lemongrass, citronella, palmarosa, there is no pest attack for them, madam. Least you don't need to do any pest, you spray anything. But for rosemary and for davana, at times it comes, and those are a different. We have different schedules for that. That is a big thing. So generally, for these crops, like what I have said, and perennial crops, there is no need of any pest. This one. That is the reason this will complement any natural farming farmer. He can incorporate these aromatic crops in his natural farming thing so that he can get a good revenue generation as well. It will act as a pest repellent for other fellow crops.
Okay. What are the post-harvest handling and processing methods for preserving the aroma and the quality of aromatic crops?
These crops, after harvested, they can be shade dried for 24 hours. After that, they need to be oil should be extracted from those that herbage immediately. After that, as a shade, I'm like, let's say, took you through the slides. The storage will be completely. You need to pack it in aluminum containers with no contact with the outside air. I mean, it should be in a cool and dry, dark place. So immediately after extraction, you should pack it in a closed container in a dark place. Yeah.
Okay. What are the regulatory requirements and certifications necessary for marketing aromatic crops domestically and internationally?
See, as such, there is no like, if at all you're suggesting someone for internal use or something, you need to go with like facile license and also GMP license, and also if at all you're going for export, normal export license is enough. And if at all you are stating some organic things or something, USDA, etc., are required for that. But generally, these are least licensing, and but the only thing is getting market is very difficult in this market, this area.
Okay. How do market trends and consumer preferences influence the demand for aromatic crops and their products?
Definitely, madam. Pre-corona, post-corona, there is a difference in aromatic crops, aromatic essential oil trends. Before that, there was a huge amount of international consumption, but now it's slowly again stabilizing. After now, like in 2023, market started stabilizing and exports have grown again. But this most of the essential oil we do export, and there is a huge amount of internal consumption too. For premium oils, definitely export is the biggest market.
Okay. What are some innovative marketing strategies for promoting aromatic crops and value-added products in the agriculture industry?
Can you come again? Sorry.
What are some innovative marketing strategies for promoting aromatic crops and value-added products in the agriculture industry?
There is no strategy as such, but now public awareness is already grown up. But step by step, I think in down the line, 5 to 10 years, you'll be seeing a beautiful understanding of our public will be understanding beautifully about essential oils. Only thing is now the market is only concentrated in premium stores, organic stores. Them like only hi-fi society does understand essential oils. So huge amount of understanding is still required. It should be done from all end, not from entrepreneur itself. A lot of speaking should be done from academic aspect as well, from business aspect. This is still as a guarded secret. Essential oil means something which hardly 5 to 10% of population does understand. So everyone should work for the strategically imbibing essential oil, understanding essential oil in our day-to-day life.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. We have now completed the round of questions. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we like to thank Mr. Leburi Ravi Teja for the talk and for answering the questions. This meeting will now be closed.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're most welcome, sir.